Good morning, everyone. I'm speaking to you on Monday morning. It's Monday, the 25th of March. I'm saying the date today because nomination papers can be handed into local councils for the elections this year, starting tomorrow, Tuesday, the 25th of March, and the deadline for handing in nomination papers is the 2nd of April. Now, if you're a member of the Heritage Party, you'll know this because I've written to you about this many times, and I'm encouraging people to stand in local elections where they're happening. Now, of course, they were due to take place in 32 local council areas around England, but they're only going to happen in 23 council areas at the moment because the Labour government has cancelled elections in 9 areas, which is a shameful attack on democracy, taking the vote away from 6 million people, unless something happens today in the House of Lords, because I understand that there is going to be a motion laid in the House of Lords, which is called a fatal motion to the statutory instrument which Angela Rayner laid to cancel the elections. So if the Lords vote to annul the statutory instrument that cancels elections, they will have to take place and go ahead in all 32 areas, including the 9 areas where elections have been cancelled by this order. So I'm going to be watching the House of Lords very closely today to see what happens. And it's very bizarre because the motion to cancel it seems to be supported by the Liberal Democrats and Greens. Now, as I've said before, I've got no love for those two parties, but on this issue, they're doing the right thing. And if the Tories, the fake Conservatives, come and join them, and they all protest that they're against this election cancellation, so they need to actually put their money where their mouth is and vote for this fatal motion to annul the statutory order and statutory instrument, and then elections can go ahead. So let's see what happens. I understand that they're umming and ahhing at the moment, and they might do something which is called putting a non-fatal motion, which says that they regret that this happens, but they're not actually going to do anything to stop it. And if they do it, I mean, that's worse than nothing at all, because basically they're acting completely two-facedly if they do that. So we'll see what happens today in the House of Lords. But the other reason I'm making this video is to encourage everyone to get involved in local elections. I mean, we know that there's so much that is going wrong in this country at the moment. Deliberately, the Starmer regime is trying to finish off what's left of this country with financial mismanagement. They're destroying the fabric of the country and society. They're causing problems and divisions and stirring up hatred, if you like, all over the place by attacking young working class white men all the time with all of the things that they're doing, from the reaction to what happened in Southport right up to the most recent thing, which is praising this cultural Marxist inverted film adolescence and saying that schools need to listen to this. Everything that they're doing is destructive to the fabric of society, and we hate it, and a lot of people hate it and want to do something, but there's no point in just talking about it. Now is the time to get involved in politics and stand, because we have a chance in some counties where elections are happening, the only chance in 4 years to actually make a stand and try to get councillors in local governments, in county halls, that are actually going to oppose the climate agenda, the net zero agenda, the wokery, the cultural Marxism, the mass immigration, the giving money to migrant hotels and pushing sex education on young children, all of these kind of things that councils are doing, which is destructive and is the same as what Labour are doing in the national parliament, rather than doing what councils are supposed to be doing, which is collecting your bins and fixing potholes and providing parks and libraries and public services and making transport easy, so it's easy as possible for anyone to get from A to be, whatever kind of vehicle you choose to use, whether it's a bicycle or a car or a van, which people need to do their jobs if they're business people and tradespeople, rather than putting blockages up all over the place for the programs of 15-minute cities and low traffic neighborhoods and what they call clean air zones, which are nothing to do with clean air, but just to do with fleecing vehicles with fines if they don't pay them. It's just another money-making, revenue-generating thing for councils because they're irresponsible with their money. So that's what we need councillors to be doing, making sure public services work for local people rather than pushing the globalist agenda and Agenda 2030 and doing the bidding of the World Economic Forum, etc., and the United Nations on a local level. And we certainly need to get people in who are going to oppose the devolution deception which is going on. The parties seem to be all in favour of this thing they call devolution, which is dissolving the district councils where they are there and creating large distant unitary authorities, and then putting a regional mayor on top of them who's going to be like a Sadiq Khan-like figure in every county, who will just wreck the place and build everywhere, regardless of whether it's green land, farmland, countryside, green belt, whatever. They just are hell-bent on building 1.5 million homes, as they say, in the next 4 years before this term in Westminster's out. And most of those homes are going to go to migrants who are going to come in for the program of replacement migration that is going on. So we need people in positions of power, both at national level and at local level, to oppose these things. Now, I don't normally talk about other parties. I'm quite reticent to do that, but I just need to say this at the moment, about one of the other challenger parties, apart from the Heritage Party, is called Reform. They get a lot of attention. They're going through a lot of arguing at the moment. I'm not going to talk about that. But it just seems to me what's happening is that a lot of people are very, very dissatisfied with what's going on. But they're waiting to see what's going to happen. They're waiting to see, what's Farage going to do? What's Rupert Lowe going to do? But at the moment, we've got elections coming up on the 1st of May. The nomination period starts tomorrow. Forms have to be in by the 2nd of April. Rupert Lowe and the people that like him, even if they are going to start another party, I'm not sure they are, they're not going to get another party started by the 2nd of April. That's just not going to happen. So if you are unhappy with what's going on there, and it's not up to me to say, it's not my party, but I know a lot of people are unhappy, and I know a lot of people actually have come from Reform to join the Heritage Party in the last couple of weeks. I welcome everyone who's done that. But if you are still one of those people who's unhappy and you're waiting to see what's going on, what I would just say to you is think about it. Don't wait. This is the time to come and join and stand for an election. So the Heritage Party is here. We exist. We've been here for 5 years. We are the only socially conservative party in the UK that is fully for low taxation, for traditional family values. We're pro-life. We're for low immigration and controlling our borders. We're for financial responsibility. We'd come out of the ECHR so we can end two-tier justice. We'd also find a way to sack activist judges and so on, that are ruining our justice system and making it unfair. And we would remove the whole concept of hate from law, so there's no worries about free speech. If you want a party like that, we already exist and we're here. So I would say, don't wait for something that may or may not happen in the future. Come and join us now in the Heritage Party and put your name forward to stand for these elections if you're in one of the areas where there are local elections taking place this year. And we can get you through vetting as quick as possible. We do have to vet, obviously, our candidates, but I'm used to this now. This is our 5th year of putting candidates forward in elections, and I know there's a lot of people that make decisions at the last minute, but this year is uniquely different because Reform has got trouble, and people are unhappy. They see that it's not what they were told it was and are looking for an alternative, but we're here. and we can stand you as a candidate for a properly socially conservative party, the Heritage Party, if you come and join us. So please do think about that. Don't wait for something that may or may not happen. Come and join us in the Heritage Party. And yes, I've already reached out to some of the people that are names that people talk about. I'm not going to say too much about that, but I have reached out to people to see, if we can work together in the future. So we'll see what happens there. But for now, this is the time we need to act to get people in positions of power in local government, because the opportunity is here, and there are 1,500 council seats up for election on the 1st of May. And if the House of Lords today annuls the statutory instrument, then there were 2,500 council seats up for election, including in Sussex and Surrey and Hampshire, Essex, Suffolk, Norfolk, where obviously the Isle of Wight, Thurrock, where elections have been cancelled. Let's hope that works and they go ahead in all of those places. And we're here and we can stand candidates to challenge the disastrous uni-party that has been leading our country into decline and now decay, and we're on the verge of disintegration. Let's stand against that in the way we can at the ballot box. So please join us in the Heritage Party. Thank you for listening, everyone, and God bless you all.